Spooky season is upon us. It is in us. It is
around us.
Hello and welcome to our Straight People Okay Spooky Halloween show. Ooh. This is a show where we check in with the majority to see, are you guys okay? It's like,
it looks scary.
It's like a horror movie. I'm your co-host, Amanda, and I use she and her pronouns.
I'm Aliee Chan. My gender is endangered. My pronouns are panda. She, her is also cool.
Happy Halloween, everybody.
Happy Halloween, y'all.
Happy queer Christmas.
Spooky season.
Now, I noticed that you're a panda.
I am. I am not a spray-painted chow chow. I'm just a little chanda panda.
Chanda panda.
Yeah, what are you?
I'm Thackeray Binks.
Yes.
Emily!
It's a classic. Bubbles. The bubbles are back!
Wow. Emily!
Before we check in with the Straits.
Let's check in with each other. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm great. Christina?
Yeah, I'm pretty good.
Awesome. We're saying everything in unison.
I don't know. Now that we've checked in with each other, let's check in with the horror show that is straight people posting on social media.
Oh, no.
Now, please be advised, I really did go for the scary ones. Be prepared to be just absolutely horrified.
Oh, no.
Here we have a post on...
That's Facebook.
It says, everyone is sexually attracted to their parents. We just lose interest when we realize our parents don't meet the standard idea of beauty. However, my parents do so.
Are we sure this isn't photoshopped?
I hope it is.
That's a weird way to come out as bisexual. I think y'all need help. Too spooky.
It's so spooky.
It's so spooky. Did you hear about that guy who was getting breastfed by his mom at the wedding?
What?
Yeah, that was another thing that I saw on the internet. The bride couldn't find the groom for, like, photos.
It was the groom?
Like, an hour before she was trying to find him, she goes into the men's room, and he is sucking on his mommy's tatas. And she was like, what? We've been doing this since he was born. He's, like, really stressed and needs to calm down. Like, this is what we've been doing this whole time. And the bride was like, I am not marrying a man who is still being breastfed by his mother. And the mom was like, you're overreacting. You're being a bitch.
I have several questions.
Yeah.
1, how? Mm-hmm. 2, why?
Like,
3, what?
Yeah. Do you even get your period? How are you still lactating?
Yeah, how is that?
And it's a little worse if you're not lactating.
Weirdly more fucked up if there's no milk.
Get a vape. Like, get a grown-up passy.
Okay, moving on. There is only one gender with a body part absolutely devoted to achieving sin on their bodies, and it's not men. Clitoral stimulation has only one purpose, and it ain't virtuous.
It's not here for virtue. I'm not gonna fight with you about that. It's here for fun. Do you hate fun? Are you a fucking cop?
What are you, a narc?
You fucking nerd. Why are you, like, bragging about how much you don't come?
It's just a veiled attempt to be like, I can't actually find it.
Edging for Jesus. Like, shut up.
I don't know where it is.
I can't find it.
Maybe if I just be like, oh, it's not for...
It's bad.
I can't find it. Moving on. This is a Twitter thread. One guy says, I'm convinced if women didn't have vaginas or tits, men would have zero time talking to or courting women. Am I right or am I damn right? Which, I mean, yeah, because you don't like women. I kind of agree.
There are so many straight men that don't like women. It's why I took them off of my dating app.
And the worst part is the follow-up where somebody responded to that saying, if women didn't have vaginas, we would hunt them for sport like we hunt deer.
Fuck the both of y'all. You hunt women for sport also because they have vaginas, and then you do rape.
Holy shit, yeah, I mean, you're right.
That's part of hunting women for sport.
I will say, I know a lot of people who don't actually like spooky season all that much because the general horrors of what it is to be a woman is scary enough that you don't need to add to it.
Yes. And to those people, I say lean the other direction into the I love fall vibe. That's where I live.
You can turn off the horror movies and turn on the Gilmore Girls.
I love being warm and cozy. And I love warm beverages. And I like an autumnal color palette.
Fair.
Make me a boo basket.
What's a boo basket?
What's a boo basket? Oh, you haven't been on boo basket TikTok?
No.
Oh, and you get a basket. And then you fill it with, like, candy and, like, a little fall treat. And, like, you make, like, a little basket of treats for your boo. And it's a boo basket. It's so cute.
Fuck, my girlfriend watches this. Can't surprise her.
You're welcome, Fiona.
Anyway, men are horrifying.
Also, why are you putting this on the internet that you hunt women for sport?
That you want to.
Are you fucking dumb? Just drunk on privilege.
Emily!
Emily!
This one is crazy violent, as it's a bride and a groom, head to head, gun holding down, and all of the bridesmaids dead around them.
And there's fake blood on her white dress. Again, fuck your gun.
I think those are just flowers, but it does look
Oh,
like
it does
fake
look
gun.
like blood, though.
Why is this like, yeah, this is how I want to remember my day. Like I killed everyone.
Like, I killed all of my best friends who were in my bridal party.
And also made them lay down in the grass in their dresses. Emily!
I love this bit.
This video is brought to you by us, Fruity Productions, because we don't have any sponsors yet. Have you ever watched a video and thought, oh my god, is that a Jennifer's Body shirt? Wait, are those vibrators on that mug? Does that mug say, please top me? And thought to yourself, wow, I wish I could buy that. Well, now you can, because Fruity Productions has a store, and you can buy them there. You could get a Rockford Peaches hat, a Savo shirt, a Girl Fight Club mug from Bottoms the Movie. All that and more in the Fruity Productions store. That rhymed. Now back to the Straits. Now that we've been properly spooked by the haunted house that was what heteros post on social media.
Willy-nilly on the internet.
Let's do some stories. Some scary stories.
Gather around
Some
the campfire.
Dating app horror stories.
Ooh.
Now, I've been on the apps for, well, not anymore, but I was on the apps for a good 17 years. I'm pretty sure I got on them as soon as I got out of college in 2009. Yeah. But in that time, it was more like Plenty of Fish and OkCupid.
Mm-hmm. I'm still in these trenches. I'm having a hard time.
So we're going to read some dating app horror stories. I don't particularly have any. I mean, I've had dates that haven't gone well, but they've never been like horror stories.
Right. I don't have any like going on a date horror stories. I think writing a cover letter for your pussy is innately horrifying.
What? Hang on, back up. What?
That's what I feel like when I'm like making my app. I'm like writing a fucking cover letter about like, this is what it's like to love and fuck me. This is a hot picture. This is me at a wedding. This is me with my dog. Fuck you.
That being said, here are some dating horror stories that I want us to read like we're reading a scary story. And why don't we cut some of these lights? And we're back, and it's spooky in here.
Ooh. After a few OkCupid attempts, I ended up dating a guy a few times. Eventually, he asked if I'd like to see his flat, and I said yes. He had loads of swords and machetes on the wall and decided to hold one to my throat to show me how incredibly strong they were. Ooh.
Now, at what point would you have gotten out of there?
The second the guy gives off sword vibes. I have a feeling like this isn't the first tip off that you had. If I know anything about dudes with swords on their walls, is that they present like dudes with swords on their walls.
Now, it's probably for the best that I'm a lesbian, because I admittedly would be like, swords, cool. Next story. Ooh. I matched with this girl a few years ago, and we got along very well. Why am I doing an accent?
I don't know.
We spoke for several weeks on text and then decided to get a drink together to get to know each other. Her family was out of town, so she asked if I wanted to come over for a drink. I went to her house late, around 10 p.m. Booty call. Yeah. She lived in one of those very sophisticated buildings with a lot of security, so I figured that was probably why she was okay inviting a total stranger home. At least he's self-aware that, like...
This is a man posting this?
Yes, this is a man posting.
Right, because the show was called Our Straight People. Okay, got it.
Things were a little awkward at start, but as we drank, I started to open up more. Later in the night, I asked her how she could be so comfortable calling a stranger over. She said she had something to show me, and pulled out a knife hidden under the sofa we were sitting on. She then began taking out knives from different corners of her house, including from behind the framed paintings and the television. She had at least 5 knives hidden away. I freaked out but tried to play it cool and left soon after. But later I realized that though it freaked me out, it was probably something she had to do to ensure her own safety.
Yes, girl, hide your knives. Why would you pull them all out?
Yeah, don't present the
Let
weapons.
them be secrets. You don't know this man.
Yeah, that's some trust.
That's bad on your part, lady. But if it were me, I would leave when she was like, this is my knife.
Once again, now that it's a woman, I would even more be like, ooh, knives.
Which ones are for stabbing and which ones are for playing? Like,
What kind of kink are we doing today?
tell me about knife play. This is a spooky one. Tinder date with a famous chef where I was taken to a dive bar where he promptly started talking about how famous he was. I would leave right
I know,
here.
I was like, I would kind of start
Immediately
to bail.
gone. We drank and watched sports. He proceeded to tell me you were cute and eventually went to I am going to make you bleed.
I would absolutely bail at that
Run,
point.
run, call the cops. He then invited one of his friends to come along. I went outside and he came up to kiss me. I was drunk, so I kissed back. Eventually, he proceeded to tell me how he was being charged with battering his ex-girlfriend, but he totally didn't do it.
Why are you still on this date?
When it came time to pay the bill, he, quote, lost his wallet. Again, he's so famous. Of course, I get stuck with it. I'll pay you back. Needless to say, I never got a payment, but it looks like you did escape with your life. He then leaned up against me. I thought he was trying to kiss me again, but I looked down and he was peeing on me in the street. Peeing on me. I swiftly, being too inebriated to drive, went and got myself a hotel room and a hot shower. Never again. Girl, what the fuck?
There are so many times you should have bailed.
I'm really not trying to victim blame. Fuck everyone involved.
We already know the bar is in hell when it comes to straighting, if you will. But if your bar is, well, at least you made it out with your life. That's like the 8th circle.
Also, I would immediately get on all of my social media platforms, no matter what following I had, and been like, at this famous chef guy, this is what he did. These are my pee-stained clothes. I would put this everywhere. I would go to his restaurant. I would tell his general manager. Yeah. I would go to his cocaine dealer and tell them to stop. Because what? Are all chefs on cocaine when they act like this? Yeah.
I didn't see this episode of The Bear. Although I've never seen The Bear, so I can't really. Moving on. Emily matched with this cute girl a few years back. Went out for a drink. It was going well. Decided to head out to the beach with a 6-pack to stargaze and make out.
Nice.
Awesome. That's a great date.
I'm so scared.
Yeah. Somehow we ended up on a stolen boat at 2 a.m. with her ex, an old drunken boat repairman who made copies of the keys to steal the boat, and her dog.
This sounds gay immediately.
I'm in.
What are you doing at 2 a.m. with her ex? This is a lesbian.
How we ended up on the boat, she got a call from her ex. I didn't find out he was her ex until we were already out of the harbor, and she asked if I wanted to go sailing with some friends. I'm drunk and I love sailing, so I said, hell yeah. After arguing with her ex for 30 minutes, she blacks out and falls asleep. So now it's just this guy that she went on a date with her ex.
With her ex.
Her dog is scared out of its mind and is shitting everywhere. Her ex starts tripping on acid and yells at me that I have to take care of her and never hurt her.
Also, you're in a boat in the middle of the ocean? I'd be like, leave, but you can't. This is definitely a dude who's doing this because none of his survival instincts kicked in. He's like, I'm a man, I can handle anything. No, not when you're in the middle of the water with danger.
It keeps going. Oh, no. So while the ex is tripping on acid, he runs to the bow of the boat to finish his trip. The old drunken boat thief is just chilling and chugging vodka like it was water. I said, fuck it, cleaned up after the dog, and brought the poor pup inside to the cabin with me, then passed out. Next morning, I woke up to the girl and her ex screaming at each other about some car crash and whose fault it is. The old boat thief was gone, and I had no clue where I parked. I left without them noticing, got some coffee and breakfast, and wandered around the harbor until I found my car. Never talked to her again, but I didn't delete Tinder.
Ooh. It ended up being a double date with his mom and her OkCupid date. Told me that he and his mom were a, quote, package deal. I was mortified, and there was no second date. Enmeshment isn't sexy, dude.
And then he got married but was breastfeeding on the wedding day. And now we're going to turn the lights back on.
Ooh.
And we're back.
Magic.
Can't say that I've ever had any of these kind of dates.
No, I'm so happy that I have not had any of these dates.
I mean, it's a gamble. Everybody, please do your research when you're doing online dating. Be vigilant. Now it's the time of the episode where we're going to talk about everybody's favorite topic, straight Halloween costumes. Now, we've all seen the very classic, woman is an outlet, man has the plug around his waist. Classic, innuendo for penetration. However, they have now updated this. And it honestly, to me, makes zero fucking sense. Because what do you now have in your outlets? You have USB ports. However, the USB port is coming out of his butt. And I'm like, are you plugging?
We didn't need to make this more complicated than it already was.
Absolutely. Because now he has a plug on the front and a USB cord coming out the back. What is the innuendo of the USB coming out of his butt?
I don't know.
What's coming out of his butt and going into her?
The like grounding prong is where his dick is. Like, it's all weird.
I'm very confused. The USB really threw me off here.
That's not a sexy thing. That's like being a sexy lampshade, being a sexy like desk. Like, why does this need to happen?
Very simple question. Do men look at outlets and want to fuck them?
They were like, if my dick was small enough.
I know that it kind of looks like a face, but I have questions. Moving on. All right, so here are actually some updated ones, because on the left we have a man who kind of looks like Josh Hartnett as a electric car charger. His charging port doesn't even come out at the dick. But I think it's supposed to be sexual because because it goes into the front. Because she's got a car around her waist and you open up the front flap and that's where the charging port is supposed to go. Which is, I guess, a good euphemism for vagina. However, his thing is coming out the side. So does he have a side
What kind
penis?
of sex are you having?
Do straight people scissor?
It wouldn't be the first thing that they've gentrified from queer culture.
The other one the guy's like a battery charger with his hands as the clamps, and the girl is a battery where her boobs are the things that you clamp the clamps onto.
What makes me upset about this? It's not even the innuendo. It's I know this is also driven by the girls that are like, one, I don't know anything about my partner other than he likes cars, and like, what can I pitch to him as a couple's costume that he will be into? Because like, you're not doing the other things that like you would be excited about. He's like, no, I have to.
This is so fucking boring. I'm sorry, Straits.
I hate this.
Straits, these are boring costumes.
Do better.
There's a reason that queers own Halloween. And it's not because of paganism.
Because we do it better.
Yeah. Okay, so this couple's costume is Colonel Sanders and a chicken. And I understand this is like a common theme for some of these couples costumes, but to me, it just begs the question, is this implying that Colonel Sanders is fucking a chicken?
It implies that Colonel Sanders is going to dismember and eat a chicken.
Also his girlfriend.
I guess.
There are several of these kind of costumes that where it's like a human and an animal partner, and it really just makes me go,
you trying to fuck a cow?
are you fucking...
Oh, no, that's a Dalmatian.
Are you, you're a bee catcher and your girlfriend's a bee. You're a butterfly catcher and your girlfriend's a butterfly. You're a firefighter and your girlfriend is a Dalmatian.
I don't mind these as much as I mind the penetration ones.
No, that's fair, but it still makes me go, are you trying to fuck a bee?
Did you have the wrong takeaway from the bee movie? You were like, what if we fucked more bees, guys?
Are you sexually attracted to Jerry Seinfeld? The heteros, they love to display these power dynamics of you're the creature I caught.
Okay, now I see it.
And I may fuck you, I guess. I don't know. I'm adding the fuck you because I'm like, this is a couple's costume. You're a couple.
You're gonna go home and fuck.
Yeah.
Just the weirdest undressing possible. It's like, keep the ears on.
Follow-up question to anybody who may know. Do men just not like Halloween? Because I feel like
I don't know.
The stereotype is like, my girl forced me to do a couple's costume.
I think this speaks to how good my straight male friends are, but I think they're all pretty enthusiastic about Halloween.
Well, are they all theater people? Because theater people are pretty into Halloween. Oh, okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Emily?
Sisters!
That's our show. That's the Halloween episode.
Ooh.
If you have any dating horror stories from the apps, let us know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Join us next month when we do this again, but without costumes or bats. Or candles that we didn't light up. Have a happy and safe Halloween.
Yes.
Or have a happy and safe autumn. And we'll see you next month.
Bye.
Stay
Spooky.
queer. And
They're the same thing. We
Real.
forgot to alienate turfs at the top. Leave.
Turfs, if you're still here, fuck off. J.K. Rowling, if you're watching this, eat shit.
Eat shit and cut us a check.
We're coming at this real hostile this Halloween.